You called Trump bunker boy, right? He was going down to the bunker during the protest to inspect it. Ha, 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 right? You didn't care at all.
Yeah.
You weren't denouncing political violence. You weren't denouncing these people getting beat up. You didn't care when the violence is on your side like a typical Democrat. You don't care at all, Cenk. You don't care. And you've never cared. The only reason you care now is because you want to kiss.
And I condemn it every time people do violence. Literally
okay,
every
I'll say
time.
snake.
I'll call you Snake, says Andrew. Wow, welcome back to the ultimate political cage match, folks. Cenk, the unfiltered truth teller, squaring off against Andrew Wilson, your classic MAGA enthusiast, with all the usual talking points. It's like watching a debate between reality and fiction. And guess what? Reality just showed up with a microphone. Get ready for a masterclass in political warfare, where Cenk dismantles every false narrative with the precision of a surgeon and the humor of a stand-up comic. It's going to get wild. Keep watching. Cenk's bringing the heat, and if you blink, you might just miss the truth bomb he's about to drop. Let's jump into it.
But the thing is, Snake, is that you're just trying to kiss the right wing's ass now to get back in with them because the left has categorically rejected you, and that's what's actually happening.
Cenk, is that what's happening?
All right, you amuse me. Yeah, this guy amuses me. So, like, you think calling me Snake is going to somehow win you the debate? Good luck with that childish.
I already won the debate.
Way of going. Oh, you did because you said it. Okay, that, by the way, another great debating tactic. Just saying you won. And second of all, we have 27 million. How many times do I have to say this? 27 million subscribers, 30 billion lifetime views. You're a pimple on my ass. I literally don't even know who you are. So you come in here talking about audience? And oh, you're a snake. Okay, you're a turtle. You're a scorpion.
Audience.
Whatever. Do I win now?
I didn't say anything about audience. What are you talking about? Are you a lunatic?
You did. You just said, oh, yeah, the left wing's audience has got a problem with him. I know the left wing better than he does.
Oh, yeah, you're trying to cozy up with right wingers. What were you doing at TPUSA, Cenk? Trying to cozy in with right wingers like Charlie Kirk, kissing their ass. You're literally kissing up to them because you want in good, because the left is rejecting center-left policies now. That's what's happening.
Hey, brother,
they either want to go far left or far right.
Okay, listen, brother. As you see me slapping you right here on national airwaves.
The only thing you can slap.
What part of that seems like cozying up? What's the part of that seems like cozying up to the right? I think you're an idiot. I think you love that coup on January 6th. I think you hate our democracy. I think you hate our Constitution. So what part of that is cozying up to the right wing, bitch?
I hate snakes like you who try to get in as good as you can with a weak right like Charlie Kirk when you have weaponized political violence yourself.
Oh, Charlie Kirk is weak right and you're strong right.
At the same time,
interesting.
At the same time, you say, wait a second. Oh, I can't believe the J6ers coup d'etat. You didn't give a damn. You've never given a damn. We have your words on record. You flip-flopped. You're the biggest flip-flopper on the left. You're known for it. People make fun of you for it because you move positions. You and Anna Kasparian both move positions like a tube of toothpaste.
Oh, Trump! I love Trump! Oh, I love Trump so much.
And all you care about is Trump derangement syndrome. All you have is Trump derangement syndrome.
All right, let me try.
TDS, always on display.
But wait a minute.
Time out.
I gotta say one thing.
You both made your feelings clear.
How can you say that I'm cozying up to the right and say I have Trump derangement syndrome?
All right.
Make up your mind. You're a very poor thinker.
We watched the entirety of his entire first term. You were Russia. He's a colluder. He's evil. He's this and that. And he flip-flopped on that position the second it was politically expedient.
Okay. Let me try
None of those things are true.
Let me try and move on to guys. Let's move on to some policy debate. Andrew, let me ask you: do you feel like the woke worm is in reverse as strongly as I'm sensing it is? And it's specifically just a simple statement from Trump that the policy of the United States will be to recognize two genders, male and female. Well, duh. That's always been the case. It's just incredible that the president of the free world effectively has to make this clear to people who'd lost their minds and believe that actually men can be women and women can be men. But do you feel that this has been a big marker in the beginning of the end of the woke mind virus, as Musk calls it?
No, it's not the end of the woke mind virus. You're going to always have to battle this as definitions change because people need to justify their insane and degenerate behavior in society. So they come up with all sorts of nonsense like this. In this particular case, the trans advocacy groups have done more to reverse any type of progress LGBTQ people in the United States have made in the last 30 years because of what they're trying to do with children and the fact that they don't care that you, as a Christian, do not believe at all that a man can become a woman. So yes, this is whiplash on that. There's going to be a lot more whiplash that's going towards that as people reject categorically what these people have been trying to push on us. You can look no further than what just happened at the inauguration. You have a female bishop. That's an impossibility. That is not Christian at all. You're not allowed to have female bishops. That is satanic. That's literally satanic to have a female bishop come up and say anything. You can laugh, but it is. That's Satan speaking. And the reason you're laughing is because it's true.
Well, Cenk, I'll get you to respond. But first of all, let's play the clip of that bishop, because my objection was actually for different reasons. Let's take a look at it.
I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
So, Cenk, I mean, notwithstanding Andrew's position on the fact there shouldn't be a female bishop, but the fact that she was there on such a big historic moment, delivering a kind of scolding woke lecture with Donald Trump and J.D. Vance and their wives sitting there, I just thought it was completely inappropriate. I didn't care who the president was or what the scolding was, but to turn the pulpit into a scolding thing about all America's gay children are going to be running for their lives, I just thought it was completely wrong.
Yeah, Piers, I totally disagree. I loved it, and the reason I loved it is because it's truth to power. And you can say, hey, it's her truth. It's the truth of about half of Americans. It's not necessarily the truth, but at least she's trying to challenge the powerful, and I love that. Look, the reason why a lot of people agree with me is because I challenge the powerful on both sides, on the Democratic side and the Republican side. And that makes the partisans get super mad at me. No, Biden's right about everything. No, Trump's right about everything. No, I love that she spoke for half the country, and she said it right to his face. I wish reporters would do that. And I think a lot of the reporters got the message to be softer on Trump. No. Be harder on the Democrats and the Republicans and the establishment. Be harder on everyone. So do exactly as she did, even though apparently she's Satan. Brother, look, how can I talk to you, man, when you say such ludicrous things? Do you know that like 95% of Americans, when you say that she's satanic because she's a woman bishop, think that you're nuts? Do you at least understand and acknowledge that?
First of all, they don't. You don't understand anything about the Bible, apostolic succession, church history. You don't know anything about these things, Cenk. You have no idea what you're talking about. First of all, she wasn't speaking truth to power. She was speaking subversiveness to goodness. And that's what's actually going on, and that's what Democrats are great at doing. Sure. Yes, it is completely satanic to have inversion. Inversion is when you take what is considered the Christ head, in this case a bishop, and invert it to a woman. That's what you people are great at doing, is inversion. If you looked at the 2,000 years of Christian history, you would understand this, especially church history, going all the way back to the time of Christ and apostolic succession. People, you can, but the truth is that people get all of their ethics and goodness in this nation from biblical ethics and Christian ethics, not from Cenk Uygur thinks it's neat that a chick can do this. It's like, no, that's not part of our ethical standard there. That's not what it is. We don't have an ethical standard based around your version of the woke Bible. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When you call a respected bishop a chick and satanic.
Respected by who?
It's funny that you don't see that you lose such a giant percentage of the country. And so, like, guys like this make it nearly impossible for a huge part of the country to ever vote for Republicans. Because if you vote for a Republican, you're going to get these ghouls and goblins. And they're going to say, oh, yeah, chicks shouldn't be on bishops, man. It's inversion, dude. It's satanic. You sound insane. You sound, to me, honestly, you sound like you belong in a mental asylum. When you call people satanic. What the hell does that even mean?
Are always going to
just because she's a woman, just because she's a woman, she's satanic in that role. See, that's exactly why I'm a populist, but I can't be populist, right? When guys like this say such insane things and drive hatred.
Drive hatred.
You're right. I am
you're
power.
huge.
So keep going.
Remember how you said
I'm
I'm massive, I'm huge, I have this massive audience. So I'm here saying, speaking truth to power. You should be all about that. You should be loving the fact that I'm telling you something now, which is true.
Except you're speaking gibberish to power.
It is.
Or is Beelzebub in the room with us right now?
It is an inversion.
Is Beelzebub and Shaitan in the room with us?
I'm sorry. You hate Christianity?
Time
you
out.
hate Christian ethics, Cenk?
Time out. Let's move Christian ethics to another debate.
I don't hate Christianity.
I want to ask you about Nazis.
I hate your radical
You
lunatic
sure sound like you do.
Chaps, I want to
That's not radical.
Chaps, time out. I want to calm the temperature by turning to Nazi salutes. Cenk, you said about Elon Musk. Let's take a look at what he did, just to remind everyone who may not have seen it.
This one really mattered. And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Now, Cenk, you said it was the most obvious Nazi salute you'd ever seen, which I think Hitler might be a bit surprised about, but you don't
didn't really
actually believe
that, did you, Cenk? Oh,
yeah, but Cenk, just to be clear, you don't actually think he's a Nazi, do you? So how can you make a Nazi salute if you're not actually a Nazi and, in fact, absolutely hate everything they stand for? That's not a Nazi salute. It's a awkward thing that he did to say, my heart to you, that then gets deliberately misinterpreted as a Nazi salute by people who keep wanting to call everyone on the right a Nazi.
No. So Elon Musk is trolling. So this is a classic right-wing maneuver. It's to get attention. And he knows that if he does a Nazi salute, but he says, oh, but I touched my heart. And I can't believe they're calling me a Nazi. I'm the victim. The left wing is coming after me just because I did the most obvious Nazi salute of all time. Now, the left is angry at me because I'm not calling him a Nazi. I think he's trolling. I think he's doing it for attention. And he does this plausible deniability. It's the oldest trick in the book coming from the right wing. In fact, when you get upset at the right wing, they usually go, he's just trolling, right? So that's what happened there. That wasn't subtle. And again, I have credibility here because when they accused so many people of doing this, I said no. When Laura Ingraham was at the RNC and she raised her arm and they're like, that's a Nazi salute. That's not a Nazi salute. She just raised her arm. Everybody raises their arm. He did that so crisp, so sharp, exactly like the way that they did in the Third Reich. That's not an accident. He's a smart guy. He's doing it to get us to do this segment and for the inauguration to all be about Elon Musk. He's swallowing up all the attention.
I think that is the biggest load of cobblers I've ever heard in my life. But Andrew, over to you.
Yeah, so it is.
Okay.
So
oh my God! No! Don't criticize what is so freaking obvious. And what if he put a Nazi? He put a swastika on his forehead. You guys would be like, no! It does. It's not what it appears. It's not what it appears.
Calm down, Cenk. Calm down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Again, didn't interrupt you.
Andrea, go ahead.
By the way, it's great to have the old Cenk back, by the way, just for the record.
Yeah, I didn't interrupt you, Snake. Just calm down for a second. Let me respond
very
quickly.
Andrea.
Okay, so we have tons of evidence that Elon Musk isn't a Nazi. Kanye West, I don't know if you remember this,
I didn't call him a Nazi.
He ran for political office when he released a swastika. It wasn't even a swastika. It's just something that looked like one. Musk banned him for it. Musk just went through and did a massive purge. He just went through and did a massive purge of all sorts of people who were considered Nazis or that the left had been calling Nazis on Twitter. It's a big thing right now. All the evidence points to the fact not only is he not a Nazi, but there's no good incentive for him to even do this. What's the incentive? You say, well, it's a dog whistle. He's trolling. He's just funning this and that. No, this is very common, by the way, for people to make this hand gesture. I have it from AOC. I have it from Clinton. I have it from
Germany.
All of these various people.
In the 1930s.
And the thing is yeah, I have it from all of the Democrats. You can draw side-by-side comparisons. People have been showing you them nonstop. You just don't care. You don't care because you want it to be some trolling Nazi thing when it clearly isn't.
Then why did I defend all the other right-wingers when they raised their arms like that? Then why did I defend all the other right-wingers when they raised their arms like that?
Because the same reason you defend left-wingers
that was the clearest Nazi salute. And by the way, I literally said, even if he put a swastika on his head, you guys would find an excuse for it. And then, hold on, and then you said about Kanye, when he put a swastika on his head, it wasn't really a Nazi symbol. I mean, you proved my point over and over again. So it's a delight debating.
I didn't say it wasn't a Nazi symbol. I said a swastika. I said it wasn't an actual swastika, but it looked enough like one. that he
Oh,
banned it.
okay. So
I didn't say
there you
anything
go
about
again. I mean, it's
not
a swastika, but not
Nazi symbol.
really, because okay. So look, even
Yeah,
Nick
symbols
Fuentes,
actually
an
look
avowed
like actual
neo-Nazi
symbols because they're
today,
actual
said
symbols.
It's an absolute Nazi salute. Yeah. So look, guys.
No, he didn't
you
say
guys
that.
are
You just made it
fighting
up.
against the ghost.
I mean,
Cenk,
Cenk, as
he
he did
didn't
it,
make a Nazi.
as he did
didn't
it,
make a
Cenk,
Nazi
he literally
salute.
says, "From my heart to you," or whatever the words were, right?
Yeah.
He literally tells
Touches
you
his
what
heart.
he's doing.
Yeah, that's
From
the
my heart
plausible
to you.
deniability. Of course.
Nobody,
Of course. Do you
nobody
think, Piers,
actually believes.
Piers,
Hang on, Cenk.
Piers,
No, Cenk, hang on.
You're a
Cenk,
sophisticated
nobody
media
actually,
person.
including
Do you
you, by the
really
way.
think he would have said, "This is for the Third Reich"? No, of course he's going to have
He
plausible
would if he was a
deniability
Nazi.
and make up an excuse. You
Yeah.
know that.
If he was a Nazi, he'd say, "Heil Hitler. This is for you, the Third Reich, my love to you."
Yeah.
Yes, because he would be an actual Nazi.
Alright folks, that wraps up this heated face-off. Let's give it to Andrew. He had a couple of moments, even a sprinkle of validation from Piers Morgan, who swooped in like an unexpected referee. But when you strip it all down, Cenk's perspective simply packed more substance. Here's why. Andrew spent a lot of time grandstanding, but when it came to the nitty-gritty facts, logic, and consistency, Cenk was the one holding the line. While Andrew tried to flex with bravado, Cenk delivered real, evidence-backed arguments that cut through the noise. For example, Cenk's takedown on Elon Musk's Nazi salute defense wasn't just a mic drop. It was a masterclass in calling out the absurdity. At the end, Cenk wasn't just reacting, he was unpacking the broader implications, while Andrew often sounded like he was auditing for a debate club rather than addressing real-world issues. If you're into dissecting the chaos of modern politics with humor, honesty, and maybe a side eye or two, this is a place for you. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and join Zees Political Arrow Squad. Until next time, stay sharp, stay informed, and keep those arrows flying straight.